I see Jim Norton is calling me. There are very few people I will accept a call from on the train. I've denied my own brother Joe. I've gone, nope. And then I text him, are you insane? I'm on the train. And Jim Norton calls, and I'm just like, I got to pick up Jimmy. Jimmy's my pal. So I pick it up, and we were discussing the Opie situation a little bit. It's so funny. Before the call ended, I'm just like, I'm like, Jimmy, this fucking Doug Bell character is so bad. And I just hear laughing on the other end of the phone. It's like, and then of course Jimmy Fallon goes, what, you don't like him? Knowing I'm just going to go, no! Loud on the train. I was loud guy on the train today. There wasn't anyone there, sort of the tree falling in the proverbial forest with no one there to hear it. But I did yell, no! I don't know what this is. It's supposedly a guy who was in the comedy scene in some capacity years ago. Then he had a self-harm incident where I guess he tried to hurt himself, if not kill himself. It's not straight with me yet. And he went away for a little while. He got out of the scene, but he's coming back. And every new character I hate more than the previous one. And you know, Edgar, I fucking hate Edgar. Chip I can tolerate because he's actually got a show and other people are involved in it. But when Chip starts doing, like last night, you'll hear it on Sunday, I guess, and then you'll see it the week after, unless you're on the Patreon, whatever it is. You'll see him do that slam poetry shit. Oh, I got my vaccine so I can make the scene. Dude, he says shit like that. I know. I see Garrett just cringing in there. It's so obnoxious. It's so fucking obnoxious. And now this new guy, this Doug Bell, he's got a bell. So he's like, you got a clip of him? I got to show you this.
Hey, you rock. You know, it's funny. I saw you, we met. You probably don't remember we met. I was walking, and you were doing like a bit, like you had a show, doing something on the line with people with the telephone. And I walked by it, and I'm like, what, are you on a radio show or something? And you go, yeah. And I go, hey, I'm Doug. I got a show on the CW called Ring My Bell.
Ring My Bell.
Like, cool. And you went inside. But I think that was like 2004. But I've been meaning to look you up anyway, because I'm coming back, so I just wanted to try to get like some radio spots.
That's it. Doug Ring My Bell. It's Doug Bell. Doug Ring My Bell. And he rings the bell. In one of those clips, he's like, ding, ding, Doug, ring my bell. It's so bad. And he dyed his fucking hair. He dyed his hair blonde. He bleached his little hair. It's infuriating. Oh, I get so mad. But, you know, it seems to work. I don't know why. It's so funny. We were talking about what the fuck is that? What's the thing that you do when you make phone Cameo? When you make phone for people. Cameo. We were talking about Cameo, and he says that Doug is getting some calls now for his Cameo, and Chip, I guess Doug gets $60 or something like that, and Chip gets $69. Get it? It's so Chip. And then Jimmy's like $99. And I go, I'm just thinking that's the only way Jimmy can put himself above these characters. Like if it got to the point where Jimmy had to be cheaper than one of his characters, he'd jump out his fucking window, which he's close to doing anyway, you know. God forbid. I love him. I love Jimmy Norton. Jimmy Norton. So I think he needs... He actually sent me something that goes, I'll be zooming in. Could you send me the link? So, but can he just get it from from Doug Bell?
No, Doug was on a different show, which has a different Zoom link.
That makes sense.
He knows Doug?
Yeah, I think Jimmy knows Doug. Like he knows Chip,
I'll email Doug to tell Jim.
Yeah, do that. Because I think that'll work. It'll get to him. Okay. Hopefully by 5, they'll have spoken. Let's keep it going, folks, right? Yeah, I wasn't able to watch Doug on In Hot Water, but I saw a few still pictures on Twitter, and I knew exactly what it sounded like. So I didn't even have to watch it. I also said that I've never prohibited any shows from having a guest. If they want to have a guest, they could have it. I told Gavin McInnes, if you could find my ex-wife, because he wanted to put my ex-wife on, I go, if you could find her and she says yes, I'm not going to tell you can't fucking have her as a guest. That's how it works. And I have to rethink that policy. I have to start rethinking that. Because the likes of Doug Ring My Bell. And he was on with, what's his name, Frankie?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Not smooth. No chemistry between
No
the two.
chemistry? They didn't have a rapport?
They both like to just end sentences in the middle.
Yeah.
And then just pause.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then no one really knows if it's over, so there's a uncomfortable silence. Yeah. Okay. I know how that works. Well, good for them. In Hot Water with that exclusive. Doug Bell making his big comeback. And he chooses In Hot Water to be on. What? Is he a gay scat porn fan? We have our guest.
Jim canceled, but...
Motherfucker. Jimmy canceled.
But he has like some game show host or something.
I hope this guest is nearly as good as my good friend Jimmy Norton. Pop him up. Oh shit! It's
one time. So funny, dude. You told me I was flying around space. I met Mikey Collins.
Michael Collins, the command module pilot of the Apollo 11 mission.
I seen him one time. He was by himself, and I'm like, dude, it's probably like when you were around flying around. When you're on the other side of the moon, he smiled. He was with his family.
When was this? Holy fuck, dude!
Yeah, I wouldn't have made it long.
No, dude, that is so fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured I would disgust you.
Bell. Well, thank Doug for me when you see him later. Dude, that is so funny.
He's very taxing.
Fucking horrifically annoying to me. The waiting in anticipation for the next word and then the sentence and then the finish that has some kind of resolution to it, and it just never fucking comes.
It's crazy how many people, like, we all bomb and we all have shits. Like, I know I'm not a great storyteller. Like, I've always known that about myself. But some people will tell stories and you're embarrassed for them because it's like, this is going nowhere. And then they'll always fix it with like, he was laughing, it's funny. He was cracking it. And they use terms that like don't really convey that someone was laughing. Like, nah, he was busting a gut. Oh, fucking just shut up. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It puts you in such an uncomfortable position because you almost feel obligated to help. To tune the story up a little for the poor motherfucker, and it's like, why am I being put in this awkward position now? Like, what the fuck? What did I do that I now have to, somehow get you to move along, get off that tangent you got on, get back on track? But you just sit there like, you motherfucker. There are some great people that have the ability to just say, "Go fuck yourself," or "Shut up," or "What are you babbling about?"
Or let them hang, or just let them hang there, let them fucking swing by their bad story. I envy that too. The ability of someone who can just go, really, okay,
yeah,
and just let you
die in a bad story.
Oh,
I mean, I
it's
can't
too
do
uncomfortable. It's too
too.
uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
It's not out of sympathy for the person. It's my own fucking self-preservation. I can't take embarrassment like that for someone else. It drives me crazy. So
No, it taps into something, right? Like
yes.
that cringe. And I don't know if it comes from childhood or whatever, like this need to fix shit.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
need to fix things around and make it, but it's uncomfortable. And we all know people who just suck at,
Oh yeah.
their stories trail off always. And you're like, oh, how do you fucking not see
Nowhere. It's
everyone's
like,
eyes doing this? Like
yeah.
looking away.
You
you
can
not notice
graph you can graph out how a good story is supposed to go, you know, where the start, the kind of builds, the crescendo kind of, it's not technically a joke or a poem or anything, but there's a dynamic to an interesting story. And some people just don't have that. And I can't be in the same fucking room. It's bizarre. But that embarrassing feeling, I would get that. You bring it up like as a child, I'd be watching TV. And if something I was embarrassed about was on the TV, and when, you know, I was a kid, everyone fucking watched. We stared at the radio for the Benny Goodman show. We'd watch TV. So, you know, your parents are in the room, brothers and sisters and stuff. And I'd be so embarrassed at things that, like, I just sit there sweating and all embarrassed. And then I realized a short time later, not really, a long time, maybe last week, I realized, like, no one knew. No one knew I was embarrassed by it. No one was sitting there going, oh, boy, Anthony, probably feeling pretty silly about this on TV. But it drove me crazy. I hated that feeling.
I know. It's this need to fix it. It's a really weird codependent thing. I definitely have it. And I don't know if it does that thing, which is such a douchey quality that we both have, does that kind of help make you funny? Because you feel things very quickly. So the same douchebag part of me that makes me react to it and go, oh yeah, no, that sounds great. Like that same part of me that makes me killable also helps you fire off jokes. So it works against you, but you sense things so fast.
Yeah.
When instead of helping somebody, when you attack them, it just is so much more satisfying. But yeah, it's very, very hard to not do it. Like just to go, fuck it, I'm going to let them swing.
Yeah.